Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me on another tarot reading. This is a reading for people who resonate with the element of water. So this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. And the reason why I prefer to read with the elements is because in my experience, there's a lot of people who don't resonate with their sun sign. And with general readings, when you tune into an astrology reading, people will say, Sun, check your rising sign, check your Venus or whatever. And to me, it's like you'll sit there and you will watch videos until the sun goes down and you still won't resonate. So I am specifically doing it for the elements. So this is water. So people who are highly intuitive, sensitive to their environment, spiritual, more spiritual than other people. You know, when I say more spiritual than other people, I mean having interests such as astrology, tarot, yoga, it's a theory, esoteric interests is what I see. Okay, so but people who know how to say, follow through and learn to trust their gut instinct, people who are highly creative, musical, intuitive, believing in energetics, star seeds, all those how do I call it, spiritual practices, if I can say. That's just one of the indications. People who are connected to their hearts. So that's what I'm saying. Water element is also people who are very much in the flow. They know how to just go with the flow. Water-like beings. Okay, all right. So let's see. This is a Celtic cross for the water element. And for inspiration, I'm using this beautiful deck, This Secret Language of Animals by Chip Richards. And I just want to give this a light shuffle. This deck is a bit hard to shuffle. It doesn't have a lot of air in it. So let's see what I can get out of this deck for us. So this is for the element of water. People who are in touch with their emotions. Emotional beings. Emotionally sensitive. Empaths. Counselors. People in service. Light workers, Not that the elements aren't. I'm just saying, that's part of water. Is that knowingness of the connection to the divine. Okay. Wood. So we are talking about a reading for water signs, yet we have wood here, which says growth, connection, support, and renewal. So we'll see how that fits into this reading for us. First card. So I feel like, one thing with the water elements is that we need to learn how to do boundaries, right? I feel like for the water element, there's a feeling of being stuck. But I feel like being stuck is part of situations that you feel is maybe out of your control, that is keeping you in a stuck mode. So this could be just the mundane, the everyday life going on, that rat wheel going round and round with its squeaky wheel. But the situation that you find yourself in, if you do feel stuck, is also partially because it is what you have created for yourself to be able to feel secure. With security comes a certain sense of familiarity, comes a repetitive cycle comes, something that you have to do over and over and over and over again, because that is wherein the security lies. The security lies within the familiarity of a situation. And I feel like this is water creating stability, water creating security and healthy boundaries. Okay. So in a way, what I kind of see is this chalice that I've put out here is what I see is water creating security is like water being contained in a glass, water taking on the structure of their life, okay, and feeling secure in it. Healthy boundaries, saying no, learning to say no, learning to be stable, learning to protect your heart, learning to value you, taking your time with laying a firm foundation. We have the King of Wands, so I feel like there is someone in support of you. This could be a mature masculine person, could potentially be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, dynamic, outgoing energy, but this could also be you having a very mature approach to your life, a dynamic, creative energy coming out, to learning how to take things slow, learning how to not be impulsive, learning how to take the responsibility for your actions. Because the King of Wands is action orientated. So, and I can see now why we have the Four of Pentacles here. It's about learning expensive lessons learned concerning emotional losses. You might have suffered an emotional loss in maybe someone's passing, or you might have invested yourself in relationships where you over invested, and I feel like giving too much and not getting much of a return of efforts being made in relationships with other people. There is lots of people, well, some readers say this is crying over spilled milk, but I feel like crying over spilled milk is a very immature way of expressing what is happening in this card. I feel like as a water sign or resonating with the water element, there is an awareness about your own, how do I say it? There is an awareness about your emotional lows, in which, like, you could be someone who can be very up and down, and now you are spending time to create emotional stability for yourself, to be more even keel when it comes to emotions, especially with water. If you're an empath, you just pick up on things and people, situations around you, and you kind of get sucked into it. But I feel like because of that awareness of your emotional lows, it can sort of creep up on you at times when you don't expect it, that you are now learning to be action orientated and to become aware, the awareness of your emotional well-being and how your thoughts, because this crown chakra is coming to the fore here, how your thoughts is influencing your emotional state, and taking control of becoming aware and mindful of your own inner processes. And therefore, when you can control your mind, you can control your emotional up and down, and therefore become more stable and secure inside of yourself through being action orientated and consciously deciding that, I decide how I feel. I do not want to be influenced by other people's situations, environments, to determine how I am going to feel. It's like taking control of your own emotional journey. I love this. There's a lot of healing coming through for you. We have the Leo here, so I do feel like there's a person. Maybe you have Leo in your chart, even though you resonate with water. I do feel like in on heart level, there is a lot of healing coming in, and this could be through a relationship or a supportive fire sign who is a very passionate, very charismatic, very strong. They have strong values. They know how to calm people down, put them at ease. This could also be you as a water sign or someone who resonates with water who has natural healer talents. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords coming up. So Page of Swords to me is a little bit of a these could be communication coming in from a fire sign, and this person is saying the bare necessities. Okay, this person is not giving you long stories. They just immaturely, or very, when they speak, they just say the bare bones of the message that they want to convey. But I do feel like maybe there's a sense of a curiosity about something. You're feeling curious, you want to investigate something. Maybe there's a this fire sign who's interesting you. They could be supportive, or they could kind of maybe slow you down a bit. Maybe this fire sign. Okay, so what I'm picking up is there could potentially be a fire sign around you who is acting immature at times, and they are forcing you they are constraining you, they're constricting you, and this is making you feel sad. But you feel like you need to take control of the situation, put up healthy boundaries, and not take this immature attitude to heart. Okay, standing your ground. Once again, we have the Sun. So I feel like if you are you might definitely be dealing with a Leo personality here, because we have the Sun and Leo, and we have the fire sign. So that is, to me, definitely strong Leonine energies here. But I feel like with you standing your ground and sticking with your healthy boundaries, you will be seeing this through, and there's a lot of positive illumination coming in for you. Really good energy for vitality, health, finding clarity on emotional, mental level for you, because you are standing your ground. There's something that's just not negotiable. We have the High Priestess here, which is Pisces. So this is following your intuition, maybe going for counseling, especially if you have lost someone close to you, or if you're struggling with depression, or to get the, how do I say it? To get to a positive disposition. And this doesn't necessarily mean having to go for a psychological evaluation. This could just be a mature feminine person around you who has an understanding of the dark nature of people who struggle with depression. She keeps confidences, you can confide in her. But I also feel like if you resonate with water element, you prefer most of the time to keep your emotions to yourself. And I feel like there's this active action that you're taking to process your emotions, and get on top of things that emotionally can get you down. But I feel like there is also, people might confide in you, that there might be a younger person coming in who's going to confide in you, and you might have to keep secrets. So sorry, I see Sheldon in what is it? The Big Bang Theory. Everyone knows what Sheldon is like when it comes to keeping secrets, because he needs to know, all the details about the situation that he needs to keep secret, So I kind of see the humor in that. And I feel like there is a really lovely, upbeat sense of humor concerning this secret that needs to be kept. Okay, and it's close to the Sun, so I feel like it's something that's out in the open, but yet they want to keep it secret. It's like, I'll be telling you this bit of information, especially with that Page of Swords. Maybe that Page of Swords goes around and tells everyone the same thing, and say, well, don't tell so and so I've told you, but everyone knows what's going down anyway. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like there's a lot of stability coming in for you financially. You are becoming self-sufficient, self-reliant. You're starting to reap the rewards very soon for efforts being made to create your own long-term security. This could be self-employment, but I feel like this is someone who's single, rocking their own show. They're running their own show. They're taking control. They are investing in themselves, and want a need to spend outdoors, go out in the garden maybe, spending time with your pets coming up, spending time with children, family. Fun in the sun is coming. So I feel like there's a period of where you might have felt not very social, but you're coming out of that and you're going into a more social kind of situation where you're going to be out in the public or being seen out in the community more often. We have the Three of Cups coming, so I feel like once again that's a situation of being more social coming up for you, being invited out to parties and getting togethers with friends. So I feel like this depressive feeling low energy is fading away, and that physically your vitality is increasing, and these beautiful relationships, especially from women, coming to the fore, who is very fun loving. We have the World, so that's about freedom. It's finishing off with situations, I feel, situation and people that cramps your style. Okay, you've set your healthy boundaries. You know what you want, what you will and will not allow in your life. You are actually not going to spend a lot of time with immature people. You are going to move away from people who doesn't match you energetically, and you're going to, and that's why you are attracting these beautiful occasions where there is celebration, being visible out in the public, recognition for your efforts. We're all going towards the end of the year, but I feel like, there is this feeling of a conclusion that is bringing itself to the fore. Um, I feel like there is this I feel a feeling of completion either within yourself, that you know that this year has been a year full of challenges, but you're going into a phase where things are becoming easier and you can start to kind of look back and have the overview of this year 2019, and now you can see what the purpose of each and every challenge was throughout this year. It's almost, I wouldn't say a review, but you're getting the overview of everything, and you're stepping through open doorways. Your confidence, I feel like your confidence levels are being buoyed. Your vitality is returning, especially if you've come out of a situation where you had to deal with depression or mental health. And that's all because there's more people coming in that is supportive of you, and now you realize what your value is, and because you know what your value is, you're making decisions to minimize or cut people out of your life who doesn't really serve you, doesn't speak your language. You don't want to spend time with people who are immature and they can't express themselves. You want people who speak from the heart, who's passionate, and who are on your level. When the element of wood calls to your being, it comes with an invitation to follow the ways of the wise ones before you. So this is high priestess, because she's very wise, as great sages and mystics have done throughout the ages. So I feel like you're tapping into your intuition, you're starting to trust your intuition more, even though you resonate with the element of water, which is intuitive already. You are taking that to the next level. Time in communion with the element of wood is time in communion with the great circles and cycles of life. And that's why we have this world card here. There's a new energy, new inspiration, new growth, and deep wisdom ready to be shared with and through you. All you need to do is say yes to whatever opportunities come to you. Take the time to consider the seasons of your journey, which is just what I said with that world card. Look back upon the year of 2019 and be sure to take time to shed old layers when that time has come, to bring your energy inward in reflection when the moment calls for it, to never stop. Allow new ideas and inspiration to come through, and to complete the cycle of your visions by bearing fruit to share with the world and planting seeds of new possibilities in the hearts of those around you. Take the time to be with trees, share your stories and spirit energy, emulate their offering in your own way of being in the world. Strong, flexible, supportive of others, and bringer of life to the world. So I feel like just like a tree, it stands, it's firm, it has its identity. But when the storms come, it's like you just bend, but you don't break. And you have learned a lot of lessons in 2019. I feel like there is a little bit of a looking back, that this looking back, looking back over this year, and just see how much you've learned, how far you've come to become your own person, create your own stability, and how you can share that with the people around you in these beautiful connections that is, bringing in warmth and illumination and a sense of belonging, and even your own identity in this world. Thank you for watching. Please give me feedback. I loved reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love.